Are you a deviant? You know, like those of us who binge watch serial killer programs, laugh at the stupid shit people do, and revel in anything adult? Well, you found your people. Join us as we crack open the door to the padded cell and release the insanely stupid, the weirdly wonderful, and those who choose to live outside societal norms. We'll delve into the strange, the macabre, the sexy, and the outrageous. So, if you're a deviant, then you have your place with us in the padded cell. Hello and welcome to episode 76 of the Padded Cell podcast. And I'm Vicky and I'm cold today.
Fucking freezing, innit?
I've had to put a jumper on.
I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but I've got a proper nip on.
You have got a nip on? Yeah. Have you got little nipples?
Yeah.
Some guys have big fucking rugby studs, don't they?
I know, I've got tiny nipples.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, you've got tiny little nipples. Oh, God, I was going to say baby nipples then.
Don't say that. I'm on matching today.
We are. Yeah. I mean, I have got a t-shirt that I was going to put on, but I'm just too fucking cold. And it's relevant to something that is happening today.
Give us a clue.
Well, today will be the 27th of February when this goes out.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit ahead. But it's National Retro Day.
Oh, sick.
So I was going to wear this t-shirt.
It's boss. Isn't it mad that kids today will never know what a video is? Yeah.
And like cassettes.
Yeah.
Do you remember like winding up cassettes with a pencil?
No, I
Are
think
you too young for that?
I mean, my nan and granddad had tapes.
Yeah.
But so I remember them.
Yeah. We didn't have to fix
I didn't
them.
have to use them.
You were too young.
Yeah.
Okay.
CDs were.
Yeah.
With the rage.
Yeah. I remember when CDs came out and I was like, yeah, we'll catch on there.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember the little mini CDs, DVDs and CDs that came out? They didn't catch on.
No.
But cassettes were great because if they snapped, which they often did, if you were fast forward and rewinding and you had a stereo that was a little bit, over enthusiastic with the rewinding, it just go and snap.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it get tangled up. And it was just a joy to get a pencil and stick it in the hole of the cassette and just wind it like that. Fix it. Or, I mean, I was pretty good as well at, if the cassette snapped completely, you'd pull it out of its reels.
Yeah.
And get a little bit of tape. And tape
No
them,
way.
just tape them back together again.
And that way?
And you just wind it back up again. And where the tape is, it might just gone boop and jumped, but just carries on.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, it was so good. And like, remember when CDs came out and like, you can't scratch them.
Yeah.
They won't jump.
Yeah.
You can't scratch them. You can't break them. Of course you can fucking scratch them.
Yeah.
Just drop them on the floor.
Yeah.
And that's it. You've got a scratch on them.
Yeah, I remember PlayStation games and stuff like that when they'd scratch. And it just, you get to a certain point in the game and it'd just be like, nah, see ya.
Oh, yeah. Hate that. Especially a game as well, like a crucial point.
Yeah.
But Jim's got a massive CD collection as well as a record collection.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So when we moved into this house, obviously all his records have come over, but he had loads and loads of CDs in, I think it was either the shed or the loft, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But we didn't have a CD player. A lot of stereos now don't have CD players because people don't have CDs anymore.
Yeah.
So we didn't really get him out. Anyway, so we've moved and he's brought all the CDs into his music room. I'd say he's probably got about 300.
Bloody hell.
As well as all the records.
Yeah.
And so for Christmas, he wanted something to play his CDs on, so we've got him a little CD player.
Yeah.
But it's not a normal CD player. It goes into a stereo stack system.
Okay.
And it links up to our Sonos. We've got Sonos speakers.
Oh, have you? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's an all sing and all dancing thing that I've linked up once and we've managed to use once because I've not really worked it out again since. And he asked me about it last night. I need to do it actually. So yeah, there you go. National Retro Day. And I'm sorry I can't wear a t-shirt, but it's just too bloody cold. It's also National Strawberry Day. You don't like strawberries?
Do you need a day for it?
Do you like strawberries?
They're all right.
I've brought strawberries.
They're not my favourite fruit.
Oh, I'm going to have a strawberry.
Yeah, you have one.
I'm having a strawberry.
I'll try one. They're not my favourite. They're a bit soft for me.
Are you going to forgo a strawberry? Are you going to have one?
I'll try one. Come on.
There's a big, massive one here.
Come on,
I'm only holding this by the stalk.
Jesus Christ.
I've got one. It's actually a bigger one. These are on the cheap shelf.
They're not bad, to be fair. A bit of a crunch on them. So I can...
Very nice.
A very grape texture, aren't they?
Sometimes they can be a bit tart, can't they, strawberries?
I've never had a lot of strawberries, to be fair. They're always one I've dodged.
Strawberries and strawberries and ice cream. Lovely.
Yeah. Do you know what I taught the kids yesterday? Dipping the chips in Mackie's milkshake.
Looking out, that was a gobful of strawberry then.
Oh yeah, milk.
Oh. Dipping in milkshake. Why? No need for it.
I don't know what it is. I think it's the hot and the cold together.
Yeah, the sweet and the salty.
Oh,
And it was milk.
Yeah.
It's milk. Dipping chips in milk. What's wrong with you?
We'll try that next episode.
No, you can try it next episode.
I'll bring a Mackie's milkshake and some chips. And,
no, thank you.
And we can try it.
Right, it's also National Quiet Day. Let's just be quiet for a moment. I'll just slurp me tea. It's supposed to be a quiet moment, right?
That was you slurping it.
Hey, what I could do, these are quite crunchy. I wonder if I could do a crunch down the mic. I could hear that from here. Could you pick that up?
It was good.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it now. See if I can do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, nice, aren't they?
Paracelle ASMR.
Eating strawberries. They're nice. So, National Quiet Day. Basically today, we're not supposed to have conversation the way we are now.
What a day to record.
I know, yeah. So, the idea is that you switch your phone off.
Oh.
And you don't talk if you have to in work, but just don't talk and have meaningless conversation. Be at one with yourself. Go for a walk and enjoy nature, or just be quiet and not have your headphones on, not have your phone going every 2 minutes. Look around you.
I love that.
Kind of,
yeah, I love that.
So I aspire to do that in my next fucking life, because I'm not gonna have time. But yeah, I aspire to be able to just put my phone down for a day. I probably have a little bit of a meltdown halfway through the day, wondering what's going on my phone. But put my phone down for a day, and just grab a dog, any dog, and go for a walk in the forest and just be quiet and listen to the birds and feel the sun and just take it all in, man. It's so simple, isn't it? And people say, what would your perfect day be? It's literally not getting pulled from pillar to post, putting my phone down and just smelling the forest and feeling the sun. That's it. How mad's that?
Go to Delamere and leave your phone in the house.
It's not just as simple as that, though, is it? Because if I put my phone down, when I go back, I've got no end of stuff. I just need to be at a point in my life where I'm not as in demand, because I'm in demand by a lot of people at the moment. Yeah. So I need to be at a point in my life where I'm not in as demand as I am now. So I can put my phone down and I'm not going back to 50 million messages, because it defeats the object of putting your phone down. Otherwise,
gives you more work, doesn't it?
Exactly. But that's what I aspire to one day, is to just be quiet and just put my phone down and just enjoy the day and actually go, oh, it's only been 5 minutes that I've been sitting here and enjoying myself, rather than, fucking hell, I've been 2 minutes, I've got to go. Yeah. I haven't got time for this, because that's me. That's my life. It's sad, really, isn't it, when your life just becomes such a blur?
Yeah.
Do you think that lots of people have landed in that situation since COVID? I've talked about this recently. I think so.
Possibly. I miss COVID.
I miss COVID because I wasn't working like I am now.
Yeah. We'd
be doing our podcast from home, wouldn't we? From a home studio if it was COVID.
We would,
again. Yeah.
It'd be warm.
Yeah, but I was like, I want to be duvet. Also, my hands are literally freezing. Right, I'm going to move on. So today is also Anosmia Day. Do you know what anosmia is?
No.
Okay. Do you know what anosmia is? It's when you don't have a sense of smell. It's you. It's your day. That's why I brought it up.
My day.
But I am your polar opposite.
Are you like a bloodhound?
Yeah. So I have hyperosmia.
Oh.
So I have an enhanced sense of smell.
Yeah.
So your sense of smell is really shit, isn't it? So you can't really taste or smell much.
To give it perspective, I can't smell petrol at the petrol station anymore.
Yeah. It's mad, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know where it's come from?
COVID, I think.
Definitely is COVID.
I think so, because when I had COVID in 2020 or whenever, ever since then, poof, out the window.
Yeah. I think I said before that Jim's tastes have changed as well. He can't drink tea anymore.
Yeah, I think my taste has changed as well.
He can't stand tea. He doesn't drink milk anymore. That's actually from something else, but I think it's partly because his taste has changed as well. But there's a few things that he loved and he just can't stand it. But tea's the big one.
Yeah.
And milk.
It's like we went to Wagamama. I've never been. And she was like, oh, get the ramen. Got it. It just fucking tasted
Couldn't
nothing.
taste it, no.
And I was like, that was shit.
So Jim's sense of taste isn't great, but that's because he has this sinus thing. He's had surgery recently on his sinuses, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Got an infection, you know. Got a bloody infection. Anyway, so hopefully his taste is going to come back a little bit at least, because it's not very nice. But his mum hasn't had taste for years.
No way.
Years and years. And I didn't know, because she wears perfume. It smells nice, not like crazy perfume and she doesn't know it smells like shit.
Yeah.
And we've been for meals. And I was like, oh, lovely that. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
And she always gets the same thing. And I thought it was because she's a creature of habits, because she remembers how those things taste.
Oh, yeah.
So like when we go to the Chinese, she'll always get a chicken chow mein.
Yeah.
How was that, Reese? Oh, it was lovely that, yeah. How do you know you can't taste it, but I remember what it tastes like. And when I put it in my mouth, I get the textures and it triggers a memory of what it tasted like.
Yeah.
And I can't understand how you can get through life not smelling and tasting and having joy.
I think that's why I eat so much spicy food. So I can't exactly taste the food, but you can feel the spice.
Yeah.
So it's like you're getting something out of it. What's the crack?
Dylan's trying to creep past us. I'm sorry, but that was not creeping at all.
The Irish ninja.
Bum, 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 bum. Stomping his way to his lunch hour.
What's fucking cracking?
So I am completely opposite. So I have hyperosmia.
Yeah.
I've never been diagnosed or anything like that. But there's been times where, I think I might have said before, I was by the staff entrance in the club. Yeah. With my old submissive. And I was like, I can smell smoke. And I was like, where is it? The smoke alarms weren't going off in the building, but I could smell it really strong. And I was like, I can't smell nothing. I went, I can smell it. So, and in this hunt then, obviously the first place I went was the smoking area.
Yeah.
And when you think of where the staff entrance is to the smoking area, I think it's about 40 foot, if not more.
Yes.
If you like length of the building.
Yeah.
Excuse me, just burped. And in the standard big tall ashtray, there's looked like a ciggy paper or something, just smouldering, but it was starting to smolder, you know, and get a little bit of smoke going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's it. I went, did nobody smell that? And they were like, what? And I went, the smoke coming out the ashtray? Oh no, I didn't smell that. So I just got like a pint glass, swilled it, it went out. But I could smell that right from the other end of the building.
Oh, where the fire exit was?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And there's been, Jimmy has these nose sprays that are lightly floral.
Yeah.
And he's been upstairs and I'm like, you just sprayed your nose spray? He's like, that you fucking weirdo. Yeah, I have.
No
just
way.
smells it. Yeah. There's been loads of different things. I'm going to tell you about another one in a minute. But I just wanted to go into it just a little bit more because it's actually a thing, hyperosmia.
Oh,
And I don't, like I say, I've never been diagnosed.
Yeah.
But there's only a small percentage of people in the whole world that have got it, like a super sense of smell.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I fall into that. It's about 2%. But there are people who develop a keen sense of smell through illness, through medications, through pregnancy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't last. It goes.
Yeah.
There's a small percentage of people who are just born that way.
Yeah.
And they're always like that.
It's crazy.
And they take on special jobs because of their sense of smell. So, hang on a minute. Where am I? There's one little bit that I wanted to share. Yeah, because it links in now with what I'm going to tell you. One thing I did smell, and I told me vet about it. I could smell cancer on my dog. It had a distinct smell. Jimmy couldn't smell it. He could smell it when the cancer was visible. It was on his toe, and it was really there.
Yeah.
It was horrible. It was nasty.
Yeah.
But the smell of cancer before it was visible was not like a rotten flesh smell the way it was in the end. So she had the cancer on her foot.
Yeah.
And it was rotten flesh, and you could smell it. It was like off beef. It was fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
But the smell of cancer before it got to that point was nothing like that. It was a really unusual smell, like a musky type smell.
Yeah.
Old musky with like a sweetish thing going on. It was weird. And I smelt it with my last dog when he had cancer, but I didn't know what I was smelling at the time.
Yeah.
And only once he got cancer, I was like, I wonder if that's what it was.
Yeah.
Then when our second dog got cancer, before she was diagnosed, I was like, It's that smell again. It drove me mad. I didn't get onto it at all. I had cupboards out, I had the fridge out, everything, trying to find this smell. Couldn't find it. And then I got onto it. I was like, it's a similar smell when Brillo had cancer. So I mentioned it to the vet, and she was going for a check, and the vet said, it could be a bit dodgy, this. And I was like, is this really weird? So she said, no, I've had a couple of other people saying it as well, that they can smell cancer on people and dogs. So I believed at the time that I could smell cancer.
Yeah.
So there's this group of people who are born with a keen sense of smell, and they go on to use it as their job. But before I go on to tell you about that, there's this one woman called Joy Milne, and she's a retired nurse from Scotland. Oh. And she didn't know that she possessed an extraordinary sense of smell. They call it an olfactory ability because it's olfactory glands that you smell from.
Got you.
And what happened is she started to detect a subtle change in smell around her husband. She'd been with him for donkey's years. And people have a smell, don't they? But his smell changed. She's like, what's that? Weird smell. And she tells him about the smell, and he's like, I don't smell. He's like getting like really self-conscious. Anyway, around the age of 45, he was, hang on a minute. Around the age of 45, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's.
No way.
And she figured out that she was smelling his disease. And she mentioned it to doctors, and the doctors are like,
Yeah.
Anyway, these researchers took it on and decided to test her ability. And she smells a load of T-shirts worn by people, some with Parkinson's, some with without Parkinson's. And with a hugely high rate of accuracy, she detected Parkinson's in like 90-odd% of people.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. But she also detected, she smelt one T-shirt and she said, they've got Parkinson's, but they didn't. They weren't diagnosed.
Right, yeah.
But actually, a few months later, they were diagnosed with Parkinson's. She smelt it before they were diagnosed.
Fuck.
Yeah. So some people do have this special sense, and they've got like maybe certain things in their olfactory zone that can pick up on certain smells, which are disease smells, basically. So I think that's what I picked up on. And as part of this now, they're looking to, they found out that what she's picking up on is like, I think it's like some kind of molecule in the skin oil, the sebum.
Got you.
That's what she's picking up on. So what they're trying to do now, they've taken swab tests of people with Parkinson's, the oil from their skin. They've picked up on this compound. And now what they're looking to do is develop a swab test. They can just swab skin. And if it's got this compound and they know that they either got Parkinson's or they're likely to get Parkinson's. Yeah. And it's all because of Joy Milne and her sense of smell.
It's right, Joy.
How posh is that? Fucking brilliant, that. Right, I've got a few more. I'm not going to go into loads of them because I want to do our jangly bit.
Yes.
But there's another thing. There's dog sniffers, and I know it's not people, but
I was going to say this.
I know that dog sniffers can pick up on certain disease.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not going to go into that because everybody knows about that. But they have dog perfume testers, right? Human employees are hired to wear different fragrances and let dogs sniff them and pick their favourites. And the idea is that the dogs will choose dog-friendly perfumes, shampoos and treats.
Oh, okay.
So they're actually paying people to wear certain like dog shampoo scent to see which ones the dogs will go to. And then the ones that the dogs go to the most, the ones that they choose to go in the dog shampoos.
No way.
I love that. Yeah. There's people that they're called sommeliers. Yeah. And they'll sniff perfume, coffee and tobacco. And now the tobacco companies, they know obviously what tobacco goes in. Yeah. But like any product, there's counterfeits out there. And when you're talking about cigars and cigarettes and that, especially cigars are like 500 quid a cigar. Yeah. It needs to be the real McCoy. So they've actually hire people, sommeliers, to detect the tobacco in the cigars. Some, it says, can hold like dozens and dozens of different types of leaf. Yeah. And they can smell and test if it's actually the real thing or not.
Fucking hell.
And the sommeliers who smell coffee, it says here, coffee companies hire specialist coffee sniffers who can detect over 800 aromas in a single cup.
Jesus Christ.
How mad's that? Yeah.
That's so specific, isn't
I know, yeah. Then there's another one here. Somebody smells toilet paper for a living. And armpits and deodorant. So basically they're smelling like a really smelly armpit.
Yeah.
And then they're using like a deodorant and then they're smelling the armpit afterwards.
Uh-huh.
Or they're washing the armpit,
Yeah.
spraying it with deodorant and then smelling to see how long the deodorant lasts
Oh, yeah.
until there's hints of BO in
Is that
there.
where they're getting these 72 hours
Yeah.
from?
But why would you wear deodorant for 72 hours and not wash for 72
know.
hours? I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like
Well-
dry shampoo. You haven't got to wash your hair for 7 days. When I had long hair, it was greasy as fuck. I had to
Yeah.
wash it every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
12
Anyway,
hours is all you need.
so these people, some of them will sniff toilet paper. So they'll be given a roll of toilet paper.
Yeah.
They'll wipe their hoop and then they'll sniff it to see how well the odour is neutralised on the toilet paper.
No.
So they're sniffing their own excrement and piss on the toilet paper. Back to toilet again, innit? Right, and the last one, there's a company that works with the government, or different governments actually around the world, and there's people with a keen sense of smell who create stink bombs. But they're not just normal stink bombs. It says here, governments and researchers actually hire smell experts to create non-lethal stink bombs for riot control.
Yeah.
These scents are so disgusting they make people immediately flee.
Yeah.
Some small testers described them as a mix of rotten cabbage, burnt hair and skunk spray,
Yeah.
all blended into one nightmare odour. But it says here that it smells so bad it literally incapacitates people.
Yeah.
I suppose it's like smelling salts.
We
knocks them out.
set one off in school once.
Did you?
Oh,
These aren't
bad.
normal stink bombs that are on the market, though. These are ones that are
Oh, yeah.
made by governments
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like literally floor people.
Yeah.
It must have some nasty stuff in it to floor
Fucking
people.
right,
like.
yeah. It'd be good for a scene, though.
Well, I'd be good at doing things like that, but I've got a really sensitive sense of smell, so if it's too overpowering, it can give me headaches and everything.
Yeah, true, yeah,
Yeah.
true.
And there's been times where there's been a smell in the house, and I can't rest until I find it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I'm like, can you
Mrs.
smell
G's
that,
like
Jim?
that.
No, can't smell it. I went, you've got to be able to smell that. No, can't smell it. There's one time, and I've got like a pan drawer, and an onion had fallen down the back of the pan drawer.
Oh, yeah.
And every time the pan drawer was like, that's banging the onion. It'd been there for a little while. I'm like, had the house upside down. Jim couldn't smell it at all. Anyway, I found it, like, fucking, there's the culprit. I was made up. It took me about 4 hours. I kept going back to it, like, where's it gone? But like Jim will say to me, do you think that's off? Something in the fridge might be today's date or tomorrow or yesterday or whatever. And I'll look at it and I'll go, yeah, no. And even if it's slightly out, I'll be like, it's about to turn. I'll leave that to you. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
I mean, but we sense of smell. I've said over the years, it's a curse as well as a blessing.
Yeah. Well, mine's a blessing.
Yeah.
As well as a curse.
Yeah. So it's a blessing because of things like that. I literally the other day in his mum's house, she opened the fridge. She hasn't got a sense of smell.
Yeah.
Jimmy's isn't very good at the moment.
Yeah.
Opened the fridge, something was in there, and I went,
Oof.
right, Risa, I'm really sorry. If you don't mind, I'm going to look in your fridge because there's something dying in there.
Yeah.
I can't smell nothing. Well, you haven't got a sense of smell. And what it was actually a sealed plastic tub with like lock sides. And our Liam's living with us now at the moment. He had olives in there, and God knows how long they've been in there. They've gone furry. But it was in a sealed thing. I could smell it.
What?
Yeah. And Jim opened it. I wouldn't open it. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can smell it from here. I'm not going to open it. So he got it out, opened it. He went, oh, he couldn't smell it, but there's fur all around. He went, no wonder you can smell that. Like, but yeah, I couldn't rest. Anyway, so that's this. My super sense of smell and me curse. It is a curse sometimes.
I know.
So we are going on to the dangly bit, which is not smelling, it's tasting again. We've done this once before, but these apparently are...
These are stronger, and we're going to do something different with them this time.
Okay.
Inspired from Surrender.
Yeah, so for those who aren't watching, these are super sour sweets. We've done it once before.
Yeah.
What are these called?
I don't know.
Just really, 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 really sour.
Mega sour or something like that.
So I've got a box here in case... I'm going to spit them in there, but that's strawberries. I've got a box in case you need to spit them out.
So should we do it like Surrender, where... Well, at Surrender, we put one in. but that was just to make them go round. I think we should put 2 in, and the idea is you can't react for 10 seconds.
I'm reacting almost.
Do you think you can do it?
Okay, go on.
So just pop one in each side.
I haven't got a very big mouth, you know.
Take your pick.
Do you know what I was going to say? What flavour are they? I mean,
Super sour.
just fucking horrible flavour. I'll have a yellow and a green one.
I was going to pick you a yellow and green.
They smell a little bit industrial.
I'll have a red and an orange.
Okay, so we're going to do it simultaneously.
I think so, yeah. Are we going on this camera?
Okay, so I've got to keep in for 10 seconds without reacting in the cheeks of my mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
I think you have to put them on your tongue.
Ah!
Oh my god! Did you swallow? Have you put them on your tongue? Put them on your tongue. Oh, mate.
Mo, I can't. I can't do it.
Come here.
Vomit, I'm sorry. Ah! Fucking hell.
It's worse when they come out.
Oh my god! God damn! They're different to last time. Then I'm smarting.
I think it was with the 2.
Oh well, I mean, what we didn't do there, stupidly, was ask Cordelia to count to 10. I think we did about 20 seconds. We forgot that crucial bit, didn't we?
It was fine in the side of my cheeks, and I put them onto my tongue. It just fucking exploded. Oh my god!
Oh, I haven't got a drink to fill it down. It's all gone. That was stupid as well, wasn't it?
Do you want a drink from the fridge?
Oh my god!
Oh, there's a tiny little mouthful left.
Okay.
No, it's okay. Thank you.
I'm okay.
Oh, well.
Pins and needles on my tongue now.
Yeah, well, I'm smarting. I've got like a smarting thing going on.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was trying not to react. I was like that.
Yeah.
And my eyes just go
I mean, my cheeks blew up.
wider and wider. I could not react for much longer. Right then. So, apparently, you have got a segment for us today, right? What have you got for us, kid?
I have. This is one our correspondent and main investigator, Jim, sent to me.
Yes, the Wizard of Odd.
Yeah. And it was something that I'd seen originally, but I'd never twigged to do a segment on it. I've always seen clips on like Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. I thought that'd be fucking boss. It's medieval MMA.
Medieval MMA. Okay.
So you know MMA?
Yeah.
Where they're in the octagon.
Yeah.
It's that, but 2 guys in suits of armour.
Have they got jousting
Yeah,
things?
blunt weapons. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They got a mace and everything?
Yeah.
I've got a mace. You know.
Maces, hammers, swords.
I have got a mace.
Have you?
Yeah, I'll show you it.
Bring it in.
Proper mace. Yeah.
Bring it in. So yeah, it is MMA, but you know you're armoured and
Wow.
you get in there and there's different weights and categories. So like sword and shield, and you see some
Is
of the
it like
clips.
heavy armour?
Yeah.
Proper armour?
Proper armour
With the coat of arms on the front of it and
full
everything?
suited helmet, everything. Even the ref's got a helmet on.
Yeah, well, that's what more than just a helmet.
But
About
the
the rest.
ref's got like a big stick with a flag on the end. So rather than
Yeah.
going in and splitting them up, he just.
Well, you would, wouldn't you? You
Yeah,
wouldn't
fuck
jump in
that.
the middle of that. No
You
way.
should see it. They're not like. Ooh.
Is it a big octagon?
No, same
it's still
size.
quite small.
Yeah. But I was watching some of the clips and the guy with the shield was like, fuck off, right?
Really?
Into-
Ooh.
Yeah, it's boss. It's brutal. It is brutal. But I wanted to see where it all stemmed from and where it's come from. No guesses. It came from Russia. So they launched the medieval fighting division in 2016.
Is it a fighting division? I love
Yeah,
that.
it's a proper thing now.
It's like the hobby horse racing earlier on.
Yeah. I felt when you were saying that, I was like, oh, this would be the perfect one to throw mine in. But it's the whole octagon thing was inspired from historical medieval battles where they do like big reenactments on fields and stuff like that. And again, that was from Russia.
Yeah.
But that was in the late 1990s. So they were like big full scale field battles, which has now developed into a league as well.
Amazing.
But yeah, these octagon fights, I was looking at them and there's like proper rules and stuff like that. And you know, since that one's come up, there's different companies that are doing them, so they might have slightly different rules based on it.
Yeah. So it's like a world championship,
basically, yeah.
In Russia.
It's well bad now.
So you can move around.
Everyone's having a bit. Yeah.
Wow.
I was reading on Reddit that some guys actually training to be one. Yeah.
I mean, there would be training. Could it be dangerous? Like,
yeah,
you can't just go in there with a shield and a coat of armor.
Yeah. Well, there's rules behind it. So if you are in there with a shield and sword, you can't like thrust. It has to be like proper swings.
Okay.
And, you know, you can block and spin. There was a clip where they were like, "Oh, here's so and so from Ukraine, and he's got a new combo today." There's like this massive stick with like an axe blade on the end. And like he fakes with the hit and then spins round the other way and just whacks the fella in the head. But the thing is, if you get knocked that
hard... A new combo, though?
Yeah.
A shield and mace combo?
The commentators were buzzing off him. They're like, oh, he's got a new combo today.
So there was loads of spectators there watching it?
There was, yeah. I'd go to it.
So if I want to look it up on YouTube, what do I look up?
Just type in medieval MMA.
Medieval MMA, I'll just come up.
Yeah. There was another one, I don't think I wrote it down, called Armored MMA. Okay. So everyone's got like a slight variation on it, but medieval MMA, you'll get the stuff.
Off. Here it is.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. No way, they got the full kiss up.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. You want to flash one of the pictures off?
You mind?
Yeah.
No, go for it, yeah.
Which one?
Just at any of the ones I've sent. See, so that's like the full scale.
Oh my God. I mean, that's like a proper battle, that though.
So,
but these ones are in the ring.
Yeah, if you flash the other one up, please, Cords. There you go.
So that's in a ring.
So that's a sword and shield one. But you get guys in there with big two-handed swords, big broadswords, and big massive axes and stuff like that. And they fucking
two swords,
leather
like
each other. Honest to God. You'd think a part of you would be like, right, fucking hold back a little bit.
Yeah.
Nah.
But they don't go for it.
Fully
I wonder how heavy the outfits are. Does it say that they specially made lightweight? Because originally armour was really heavy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, no, they have to be true to historical armour.
So they have to be heavy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No way. So all that is a heavy metal original type armour.
Yeah.
I mean, and obviously they got the outfits over there as well.
Yeah.
You know.
But the rules I was reading, the rounds are only a minute long, which you can imagine because...
I mean, you couldn't go much longer because of the weight that you carry, I suppose, the exertion.
Yeah. Now, prohibited strikes to the back of the neck, back of the knee, groin, eyes and feet, they're all prohibited. Bend of the joints against snap angles. So like arm bars and stuff like that.
No.
Thrusts and vertical strikes down the spine. You're not allowed to do any of that. But anything else is fair game. So you can punch, kick, grapple, smack them with your shield.
I mean, those swords, they're blunt.
Yeah.
But at the right angle, that would still penetrate the skin.
100%, yeah.
You know, so this isn't just playing around, this.
Oh, no, it's not fucking about.
This is proper, like, I could really hurt myself.
Yeah.
You know, forever.
But this in the ring has come from...
It could be terminal.
It could be.
You know, I think they ever died,
so
you know, or injured badly.
I didn't get that far into it, but I imagine somewhere down the line someone has, especially in the field style of fighting, because with that, the rules for it are if you've got 3 points of contact on the floor.
Yeah.
So like, you know, 1 arm, 2 feet on the floor, you're out.
Okay.
So stemming from that, which is a sport called bowhort.
Bowhorse.
I think it's his proper name. They've come up with the Battle of the Nations.
Okay.
Which is like a world tournament festival thing, right? Fucking. And this started in Ukraine, I believe.
So these are still MMA fighters, but now it's like a free-for-all.
Yeah.
It's like a battle.
So you go with your country. Yeah. So the first one was in 2010 in Khotin Fortress in Ukraine. And since then, it's been to Poland, France, Croatia, Czech Republic, Spain, Italy, and Serbia.
Go way.
Yeah.
Fucking, I've never heard of this.
So it's not just a load of fellas turn up and just with the swords and that's at each other. It's a proper festival.
Yeah.
And you go and you have old food, bread and wine, shit.
So
like
it's
that.
like it's an experience.
Yeah.
You know, what do they call it? Immersive.
Yeah.
They're immersing
An
themselves in the
immersive
medieval
experience.
experience.
So they're saying there's almost 1,000 fighters from 40 different countries participating in 14 official HMB, so historical, medical, battle, sport categories, 20,000 visitors and tourists, and about 1 million people following the event online.
So it's massive.
It's huge.
Since 2010.
Yeah.
It's gaining some traction in that time, hasn't it?
I know. I'm going to go back and watch them all. So they say that every single one, there's always like a special event that they bring out, you know, for that year. Like this year, Spain's doing the such and such. In 2019, it was a glorious mass battle of 150 versus 150.
I mean, there must have been some injuries there, bad injuries.
That's what I mean, yeah. Because
When you've got 300 men together, you know, with all that
testosteroned up.
testosterone
Yeah.
and armour.
Yeah.
It's like a kid dream. Like big
It
kids,
is.
aren't they?
That's why I want to go and do it. I reckon me and Jim would have a fucking great time.
Jim would probably have a go, you know.
I know.
If only would.
I know.
Yeah.
So, so I was looking. I was like, well, "Where the fuck's it going to be this year?" Because that's what I was going to say. Me and Jim will go over.
Yeah.
And fucking watch it. But
Where is it on?
well, 2022 one was cancelled, and it hasn't been back since.
Oh, so it dropped off from COVID.
No, I think it's the conflict
the
of
Ukraine
Russia
war.
and Ukraine war.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah, that fucking big war that's going on. I'm so sorry.
So Russia and Ukraine must have been like two of the biggest contributors towards
But the rest
all
of the
this.
country should just keep it up.
I think
As
that
they get, you know, threats from Putin for stealing their idea.
possibly, yeah. But
That's great.
yeah, so I was gutted. I was like, oh, no way. Because when I was typing it up, I was like, oh my God, what a way to finish it. I'll be like, it's going to be in Germany this year.
Yeah.
Me and Jim are going.
Yeah, it was definitely Germany. I'd be there at all.
I know.
Yeah, I'd be Maid Marian.
Can the shield wench.
Just the wench. I can be a good wench.
So yeah, no, I've seen the clips loads and I'm like, that's fucking boss that. But I didn't know if it was just like, you know, two fucking mates arsing about. No, it's a proper fucking thing, yeah.
I love that. I love that there's people are creating sports out of things like this.
but-
Like the hobby horse racing.
Yeah.
And now MMA, medieval MMA.
Yeah.
I love that.
It ticks a proper little box because I love that era of
I do.
war and, you know.
It was brutal.
I would
Brutal,
love,
dirty war.
yeah, if I had a time machine, it wouldn't be my first place to go back to, but I'd love to just sit on a rock in a field and just watch an old school fight, you know, with the cavalry and...
Yeah. It's brutal though, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you see war on telly, on films, now it's a bit different. They try and make it as real as possible. But years ago, it was very, not
brutal.
romanticised, but it wasn't
No.
brutal.
Have you seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Seen Battle of Bastards?
Yeah.
That is just...
Yeah.
That gives you an experience of it when it comes out to the slow motion bit and the horses just go past them. Like, that is fucking...
Yeah.
That's what I want to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Proper fighting.
Yeah.
You know, and
just on a
it's,
rock somewhere.
Yeah.
A little drink and a ciggy.
Yeah. A ciggy.
I don't even smoke.
I was going to say, why a ciggy?
Just quite enjoy a ciggy watching a battle.
It's just the sort of thing that you need a ciggy for.
Yeah. Can of Monster, 20 Lambie.
Sorry, Lambert. Fucking hell.
Back in the 1400s. Go ahead, boys.
Not sure they did Lambert back then.
Go at the Reds! They don't fucking turn on me.
No, yeah.
Running away.
Eee. Dirty red. All the blues after you.
But yeah, that's that.
Wow,
Little quick
brilliant.
one.
Yeah, loved that. It was great. I'll put it up on my screen to have a look at later. At the video and everything. Thank you. Right. I'm going to do a fetish factoid.
Let's do it.
Before we go. Just before we do go, very quick hello to our new Patreons.
Oh, hi.
We've got Laura, Moose, Molly, Rugby Dom, Tash, Leo, Bailey, Bricks or Brie, Gaz and Kate. They're our newbies.
Welcome.
And a little nipple tweak to our OGs. Consensual, of course. Right, so before we go, Dendrophilia.
Dendrophilia.
Dendro.
No.
No. Cordelia. Dendro. No.
not sure.
Dendro is linked to trees.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. So you know when you chop a
Yeah.
tree trunk, all the circles in the middle. I think they're called dendrons.
Oh, okay.
And they can age a tree.
Yes.
Depending on how many circles. Yeah, that's where it comes from. Dendrophilia. So this is an attraction. People have an attraction to trees, but also they can be lumped in like plants and flowers and stuff like that. And they have an arousal to the bark, the texture of the bark, the smell of the bark, even the spiritual presence of the tree. People think that trees have the spirit and all that. They can engage in more direct interaction, shall we say, with the branches, roots, and certain fruit from the tree.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's something that I want to deep dive into a little bit more. Not deep dive, sorry, Cordelia, we haven't got time to deep dive, but go into a little bit more. It's a spin-off from Dendrophilia. So the Dendrophiliacs, you're not that weird, and you weren't, I'm not going to say you're not interested enough. Of course you're interested, you love trees. But it's just like tree hugging and, you know, fucking yourself with a banana.
I mean, I
like
loads
of people have done that, haven't they?
But I wouldn't go that far.
But, you know, an attraction to trees, I was like, okay, you know, it's not that weird.
Yeah.
However,
here we go.
Anthalagnia. It's a little spin-off into sexual attraction and arousal by the sight, feel and smell of flowers. This can be sniffing them while you're wanking.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, or you can just simply have them in the room to look at. You can be touching them when pleasuring. You can also masturbate with flowers or even ejaculate over them. Why not ejaculate over a sunflower? Cordelia's now wondering what the fuck she's doing in the studio today on a Monday morning. I'm about to finish. Non-surprisingly, this fetish is more prevalent in men. But there are some women, especially submissive women, who quite like them in sensory play or sensual. Okay. So like using flowers as like, you know, tickling, sensation, that kind of thing. If you think about the sort of flowers you can get, there's lots of different types of sensations you could get from them.
True.
Prickly flowers as well, maybe. Little idea for you there. As always, I went on Pornhub to see what people were doing with flowers, the weird and wonderful things that they're doing out there. Again, I put some little jokes in my notes.
Here we go.
It said, there's an abundance of ideas for the budding flower fetishist. See what I did there? Budding.
Did you actually type that?
Yeah. I actually put in brackets, see what I did there, ... Budding, exclamation, ha, ha, ha. Close brackets. I have, look. It was in case the jokes weren't flowing. I had them written down just in case. But the jokes are flowing. I don't need to write my material down.
Some would say the jokes are blooming.
Yes! See, I'm not the only one with shit jokes. Right, Cordelia's going to give me another scream in a minute. So, there's one on Pornhub, right? And he enjoyed having his ball sack and foreskin trapped in a Venus flytrap. So he had the fly trap there and he just, like, gradually, I need the suspense music. It was so gradual, bringing it right up to the Venus flytrap. And I think they don't do that.
No, it's slow.
It's quite slow.
Yeah,
and he was like, honestly, I needed anticipation music. But there wasn't any. There's just a TV in the background, actually. And he was bringing his penis up and it was just sort of went like that. And he could see him going, and it just went, and he went, oh. Right, so there's that one. Then there's this other guy who enjoyed the feeling of a giant sunflower head on his nuts. Wow. And basically, he was like kneeling over this giant sunflower head, just like rocking over it. His balls were like rubbing over the sunflower head while he was having a little wank. And then when he came, he was like splooged all over the sunflower head. And then probably lit a cigarette and said, was that okay for you? And then finally, there's another guy, not quite finally, who wrapped his dick in nettles.
Yeah, I've heard him nettling and stuff before.
Just at the point of climax. So he got himself there just as he was about to splooge. But then he wrapped his dick in nettles.
Jesus.
And then wanked himself with the nettles. So he was getting all that stinginess. And then he climaxed. And I'm sure it was wonderful because obviously all the blood will then go to his penis, won't it?
Oh, yeah.
So it'll make it more sensitive. But I mean, once you've come, you're then left with nettle rash all over your dick, thinking it was a good idea while I was aroused, but now I'm like, I need a dock leaf. Yeah. Somebody pass me a dock leaf.
The horny guilt hit him.
And then just finally, there was a guy who had like a young bendy like rose stem.
Yeah.
So you know when they're young, they've got prickles, but they're still quite pliable.
Oh, don't.
Yeah. So he had one of these and he wrapped it around the shaft of his penis. Yeah. And then he got his thumb and then bent the top of it over.
Oh.
So the prickle was in the bell of his, yeah. And he was like wanking like that with the
And
rose.
it was tapping it in. Fucking.
Yeah. There's a little bit of blood, not much because they were quite young. They weren't like dead prickly.
Yeah.
But prickly enough, you know. I mean, his face told me everything I needed to know. There's pain and pleasure barrier had been crossed, I think. So yeah, wanking with a rose stem. Oh dear me, things that people do, man. Yeah. But I suppose you're gonna get the release of hormones again, aren't you? Because you're gonna get the endorphins with the pain.
Yeah.
So he's getting the endorphin release. I mean, there's easier ways than wrapping your dick in a fucking rose stem. Anyway, on that rose stem bombshell and wanking with mad things, we're gonna go.
Lots of love.
We're gonna go. If you binge watch and put the kettle on, we'll see you in 5. If not, we'll see you next week. And there we have it. Another day made better by listening to the curators of chaos. Thanks for dropping by. And if you enjoyed the show, we'd really appreciate you sharing the Love the Paddysell podcast with your friends. Don't forget to give us a follow on our socials, maybe some 5-star reviews, and feel free to send us an email to medic@thepaddysellpodcast.co.uk or even interact with us on Facey, Insta and our other socials because we love chatting to you. Make sure you stop by next week because, as Bowie says, I don't know where I'm going next, but I promise it won't be boring. Catch you soon.